once again to the No Sell Podcast. No Sell Entertainment's weekly look at all things wrestling. And now we're in the lull. That setup to Wrestlemania.
Did you just call it a lull?
Yes.
There was like only 2.5 great hours.
In what wrestling world is the month of March a lull?
Lol.
Well, Raw and SmackDown.
SmackDown I thought was really good. Raw I thought was really good.
I thought there was only about 2 really solid hours and the rest was kind of bleh. SmackDown I thought was bad outside of 2 things.
I'm looking forward to this debate later on, as well as listening to more of the voice of a generation, the Onitoshi Jeff Mack.
No one really looks forward to that.
No one really knows.
It's only on every show that we do. Much like Dashing Joseph Lessel.
Suck it, Jeff.
Wait, he didn't wave this week. I'm confused.
Yeah, he's bringing in the
He
fire on
figured out that he can talk.
I'm bringing the heat.
That's no fair because I'm bringing the heat this week.
Because he is the human wrestling database, Cory Mack.
I'm here and I've got a lot of things to get off my fucking chest.
Congrats on not getting popped.
I've been advised by counsel to just not comment at this time.
Will we get the same reprieve from the savior, Richard Marticelli?
Lawyers told us to just do our jobs right now and let them handle it, so we'll let them do their jobs and we'll do ours.
I'm looking forward to a more civil podcast this week.
Well,
I mean, our jobs are still not to be civil.
Well, then you might want to send me to the door because, like I said, I'm bringing fire this week.
I have a feeling our first subject is going to bring a lot of that fire.
I am pissed.
So,
Are you pissed about being popped again?
No, it has nothing to do with it. Like the Savior said, we've been advised by our people to just do our jobs and not comment on that at that time. That's exactly what we're going to do. However, I can say whatever I want about fucking Anthem, that fucking fuck owl, that shit stain, and whatever the fuck else happened on that goddamn abortion of a TV show I watched this week.
Hey, that's my word. I love using abortion.
So we were going to go start right off with the WWE in the week that was, as we usually do, but no. This needs to be addressed. Cory, you are a longtime viewer of what was TNA Wrestling and now just Impact Wrestling.
Let's call it what it is. I've probably got Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
That's what I figure most Impact Wrestling fans have.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not the Asylum anymore.
Well, and some of it's just we don't like the E's, so go TNA.
Right?
Now
I mean,
Impact.
You want something to be any kind of an alternative, even if it's not a viable alternative. Any alternative will do. But fuck me sideways. This goddamn thing was a goddamn train wreck. This was supposed to be the reboot, right? I have a very scary notion that I've seen this reboot before.
Oh, really?
That's all I'm saying.
Is it called WCW?
No, it's called Vince fucking Russo. This show had his goddamn fingerprints all over it.
I didn't think he was a part of this Impact.
He's not.
They're not with Destination America or Spike anymore. Dixie's gone, but Jeff's back, and who's Jeff a good friend with?
Vince fucking Russo.
Fuck you, Vinny Roo.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say. I have no idea if he's officially there or not, but this fucking show sure had his goddamn fingerprints all over it.
Did you see that he, has gone crazier than normal on Twitter? He's, God preaching now on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Like how he found himself or something.
Oh, yeah, that was 15 years ago. Even though he was still doing misogynistic, fucking hate-filled, racist shit on TNA.
But now, he's doing, he's all about, he's like, nah, I found Jesus, I'm good now. It's like, what?
So, tell us about this show.
God, where do I start? Okay. The 3-man announce booth. Holy fuck is this bad.
Wait, it's 3?
Who's their booth?
Josh Matthews.
I thought he was fired.
No,
No, he is later on.
It's later on. It's coming. God knows they do fucking 8 months of fucking TV in one fucking weekend. God damn. So Josh Matthews, who is so insufferably bad normally that he's unbearable to listen to, but now they've got him doing a goddamn Michael Cole 2011 fucking gimmick.
Oh.
Does he have a gold line?
No. That's all it's missing. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. No one can touch him. He's so good. He's the only reason people are here. Then he immediately puts down the fans in the Impact Zone because they're leeches who come in for free and don't even pay to enjoy the product. So he turned on the fans. He turned on the owners. Jeremy Borash comes down to be the third man along with the Pope and Josh Matthews. They've already started a tremendous feud between Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny, though, I will never not love the Pope. Mainly because I love the Pope.
The Pope's not bad, but here he's the fucking babyface straight man.
He's the Saxton.
Come on, guys.
Elijah Burke is the straight man?
Come on, guys. Let's just calm down. Let's get this show going. Let's go on.
That is not Elijah Burke.
If
I gotta
Elijah
say-
Burke is being your voice of reason, then something has gone very wrong in your situation.
I was gonna say I checked a website to see how they reviewed it. One Jess and I would go to.
Oh, I know Sanka gave it a 0.
Sanka gave it a 0. Torture.
I listened to a special podcast Sanka did today.
Yeah.
Along with a noted TNA advocate about how much they fucking hated this abortion of a train wreck.
I might have to watch it
And
now.
I agreed with every goddamn word they said. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Man.
I've watched every Impact ever. I just watch it weekly. This
Yeah.
was the worst. 13 years. We're going to make it great. This was the worst goddamn show. They debut new people. Don't put them over at all. Oh, sure, they win the match. But you wouldn't know it because Matthews and Borash are too busy arguing nonstop like spoiled children that you don't even know there's wrestling going on in the ring.
Oh, so it's like the announcing for WWE like 3 years ago.
Only somehow turned up to 11.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think I like the fact that they're using Bruce Pritchard now because for his
we'll get to that.
podcast.
No, I'll get to it. I'm not even there yet.
Oh, Christ.
Shit.
No, I'm just putting my 2 cents. I haven't watched it, which I want to now with your heat and everybody else going 0.
I'm really glad that they didn't, screw one of their good working relationships this week, too, then.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
So-
go. This is Corey's 10 minutes.
Oh,
Go.
my God.
This is the whole entire fucking podcast. I don't know what you're talking about.
Borash is at least trying to do an announcing job and get over the new people, explaining who they are, where they're from, what they're doing. And Matthews is straight up going, nobody gives a crap. Nobody cares about these new people. Nobody wants to hear wrestling moves. This is not about wrestling. This is a goddamn entertainment TV show.
Oh.
He's flat out saying that on TV.
Well, plus Matthew is doing the dumb troll job by having his Titantron be all Twitter and Facebook statuses about him trolling people.
it's
This is
unbearable.
What a piece of
amazing.
shit.
It's unbearable. There's a new tag team that debuts. They beat some established guys in the DCC. Borash tries to build them up to explain them. Fucking Matthews just, who gives a shit? Nobody cares about these guys. The next match, there's a woman debuting. Same thing. Borash tries to build her up, tell her about it. It's Rachel Ellering, Paul Ellering's daughter, trained by Lance Storm.
Holy
Matthews, who gives a shit?
Oh, God.
Nobody cares about her. Nobody cares about her. Who's Paul Ellering?
Oh, Christ.
Holy shit, are you kidding me?
No, he flat out says that.
I would have probably stopped watching. I probably couldn't have
This
kept
is where
watching.
most people quit.
I'm off early tomorrow. I'm hoping I can find it somewhere. I'm going to watch it so I can...
It's TNA. It's probably all
It's
over
on Daily
YouTube.
Motion, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay, then I'll find it on Daily Motion.
That's how I watched it. Holy
Say,
shit.
watch it someplace where they don't get ratings for
It might be on demand.
Oh no, trained by Lance Storm, Matthews just goes, who gives a damn? This is as boring as Lance Storm.
Rude!
Aye.
I mean, yeah, Lance Storm was never the most,
Charismatic.
but
Yeah, no.
still, great wrestler.
So
Great trainer, too.
two people debuted, nothing to show for it because who knows?
Who gives a fuck, right?
Fucking Bruce Pritchard comes out. First of all, this is a recurring theme. Rock and Roll Express. But at the beginning of the show, when they're arguing, Borash and Matthews, I sat under the learning tree of Jim Ross. I called a WrestleMania. None of you idiots deserve for me to even be here. But this started a theme that continues here. They mention WWE or things about WWE or people in WWE roughly an hour and 12 minutes of the 1 hour and 20 minute broadcast taken out of commercial.
Fuck.
Like, directly by name.
Directly by name. Pritchard's talking about Hogan, Austin, Rock, John Cena. I was there for all of them. I know what it's like to be great. Matthews, name dropping every fucking WWE thing. Tough Enough. I was a Tough Enough star.
Couldn't they be sued?
At this point, I mean, if I'm McMahon and his lawyers,
Well,
I feel bad for him.
as what Pritchard says on his own podcast, if you're number one, who gives a fuck about number two?
Well, it's true.
No, because Vince is smart enough to be like, this is how I get the library.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's and it goes on. He brings out Lashley. Fine, great. Pritchard and Lashley, no problem. Matthews, however, is ruining this quickly still. Here comes Alberto El Patron to fucking no goddamn response.
Does he get a
at
welcome back chant? Okay.
He gets nothing. And then I found that odd. But then I found out why. Because this is Impact doing Impact things. They had to retape this segment because the guy making the Titantrons had Alberto De Patron on it. And the first time... No, you can't make this stuff up. The first time through, he got a monster pop. The second time, crickets.
Why not just show that, but don't show the Titantron?
Apparently, it was all over. Impact's Titantron is down to the floor and behind the.
It's the entire wall right
so
there.
apparently, it couldn't be done. So they had to retape it.
Oh,
Why not
so
just...
damn.
Wow, this is quite the debut. It's fucking
Dub it
crickets.
over for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
why not
right?
just steal the audio from the first?
No, we're Impact, so we'll do the worst possible fucking thing we can
Or just do a shitty chop job where when he comes out, you show him with Titantron and then just cut to his original walk down.
Cut to a different camera angle. Do something.
We'll set up a title match with the new guy, because that's what we always do. Give WWE guys title matches. Then we'll have the Broken Hardys on TV boxing a kangaroo. And then they'll teleport to their next title match, but then we'll just have the Decay teleport into the arena and be like, oh, it worked. We got the belts. I guess the Hardys are deleted forever.
Is that how they got the
That's
titles
how they
off?
wrote
how they
off
got
the
it off.
Hardys and got the titles back.
Wow.
Because apparently Decay figured out how to time travel.
Really?
But
I
that-
couldn't make this up.
And then Matt Hardy goes on Twitter like, nope, we still have the real titles.
Yeah, that's like, weren't they all over TV holding those and the ROH titles this
Yeah.
weekend?
Yeah.
And the Super Kick titles.
Yeah.
So then
Wait,
here
they got
comes-
the Super...
Yeah.
How did they,
got
how
the
do
Super
they
Kick
own the
title?
Super Kick titles? I've never seen Matt or Jeff ever
They
do
stole
a
them.
Super
They
Kick.
stole them.
They stole them.
They won the match
So-
last night and then
We're not done yet.
oh Christ.
Here comes Zeb Coulter in his little wheelchair.
Dutch Mantel.
Yes, but he introduces himself as WWE's Zeb Coulter,
Oh,
Really?
my God.
also known as Dirty Dutch Mantel. And then he... My head is exploding at this point.
Well, I love the make Impact great again.
Yeah.
And then everyone's
No,
like,
no, no, no,
really?
no, no,
Oh.
no, no. It's Make Impact great. They never say again.
Oh.
Because
That's
they're,
fair.
and here's the thing, they don't even put themselves over. There have been a couple of instances in 15 years where that was a great promotion,
Yeah.
who put on great pay-per-views.
Oh, there was
good
always,
shows.
they always were like right within the grasp of actually making a fight for competing with WWE.
Until Russo came in.
Until Russo came in and then Hogan and Bischoff and they're like, hey, let's go against them. We're bringing Hogan in.
Yeah.
But then he's like, okay, we're bringing in Bret Hart.
So, according to everybody they brought in, Impact has never been great. It's a shit show. Everybody knows it. We're going to make it great. Not again, just great.
One question. Before
Yeah.
I let you calm for like 2 seconds. I read online, did they make like a montage of what it
Yes,
used to be?
the opening is a great montage.
But they didn't show like the Hardys.
Nope.
Did they show AJ?
Nope. Yes, AJ was the first person they showed.
Of course. Daniels, Kaz,
I don't know if Daniels and Kaz were shown.
I heard Daniels wasn't.
Angle. I don't
Joe?
think Angle was
Joe?
even on
Angle
there.
was.
Angle was? Joe?
It was Joe, Angle, Sting, AJ,
Nash.
Nash was there.
Steiner? Did he get
I
the
don't
rub?
think they showed Steiner.
Lame.
Nick?
Possibly Foley,
Yeah.
Rick,
Flair.
Hogan.
So like,
Jared,
Booker,
everybody that made
Christian.
a name kind of, but not the Hardys who they're at war with right
Well,
now.
that reminds me also, Zeb Coulter, one of them, it blends together. One of them did a promo of all
Zeb
the
Mantel?
TNA. One of them did a promo name dropping all the WWE guys that used to be in TNA. It's like,
Just in case you want to go watch a better
Right?
show, let me tell
I
you where these guys can
couldn't
be
believe it.
found.
Don't forget Mania's in 3 weeks, so
Right? I mean,
Samoa
I'm
Joe, AJ, yeah.
You mean the 5 guys who are
Yeah.
about to like put on some of the greatest matches we'll see at Mania?
Yeah. Bobby Roode, Eric Young, don't
they
forget
showed
them.
Bobby Roode, Eric Young.
Yeah, don't forget they're on NXT.
Then comes the main event, Lashley and Alberto De Patron, apparently. El Patron, who... Oh, and first of all, they mentioned Paige. They have to... Matthews make sure to name drop WWE superstar and his girlfriend, Paige.
I mean, I know she was there, but
Okay.
Matthews
it wasn't like she was on
insufferable.
television.
He
They
was
mentioned the
so
movie?
bad on commentary, I wanted to suck Cole's dick.
What if
For being the GOAT.
I just like the fact he's pissing people off because I know when I watch it, I'm gonna get pissed. But it's gonna be sad because it's gonna be like 3 weeks, and then in their tapings, he loses his job.
It has to be 3 weeks. I'm telling you, there's a difference between what Cole did and this.
Yeah.
Even though you know it's a gimmick and all that, by the end of the first show, you're
don't
like,
know if
you
it's a
never.
gimmick.
No, he's just a legitimate asshole.
No, and everybody says he's an asshole, but I mean they're playing it up on TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're using it too though.
It's
If anything,
insufferable.
they just released him. They're like, go be you.
It's insufferable by the end of the show. But anyway, here comes the main event. It's always like a new WWE guy has to get a world title shot. There's got to be multiple ref bumps and a screwy ending, but we get what I was afraid we'd get. We've got a world-class athlete in Lashley busting his ass, and Patron giving, I would say, roughly 12% effort.
He is going through the weirdest midlife crisis I've ever seen.
He couldn't be bothered to even make it look like he was trying.
Like, I get it. WWE legitimately screwed him over on his last run, and I think he's really shut down because of it, but like, fuck, dude, at least seem like you care still.
And then what's the best way for it to end with that screw job ending and him with the belt as he gets up on the announce table and yells he's the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, God.
And thus ended week 1 of the reboot of Impact Wrestling.
I'm going to watch that tomorrow. I'm not. That's a major thing for me tomorrow. Major key to do tomorrow.
That is not the end of the story.
No.
So, Cory, you sent out a very interesting text to the group. Yesterday, I believe it was.
Rebby.
About Rebby.
Yeah.
And how we will see the most interesting show of the weekend on Twitter.
Oh, it's the most entertaining wrestling show of the week by far.
I enjoyed it.
I
It was great.
was fucking enthralled. Please continue to laugh.
So TNA has decided, or Impact Wrestling, actually, if we're going to be technical, it's Anthem has decided they own the broken character and everything including involved in it. Including Senior Benjamin, who they never paid a penny. He was never under any contract.
I didn't realize it was Rebby's dad.
Yeah, I found out
I found out
into
like
it.
after the first their match when they broke Nero.
It's a way to get the dad a little fun, you know. Yeah. So they never paid him. He never made a dime doing any of this stuff. It was
Well, and all the stuff at the Hardy compound was funded by the Hardys.
Yeah. So they've decided they own it. God damn it, we don't want them to make money off of something that we decided we didn't want on our TV show.
That your writers didn't write because it was completely controlled and operated the entire time by Matt Hardy.
Now, there's precedents for this, though. WWE has the same thing worded in their contracts.
Yeah.
That's why you can't do a character in WWE and then leave and do it.
But rarely was that the character, the person, I mean, especially nowadays, was that a character created by that person in WWE.
Oh, exactly.
Most characters actually created by WWE wrestlers, or by the writers, not the wrestlers.
There are a couple of legal, professionals who are wrestling fans also that I follow on Twitter. They're kind of fun when concussion lawsuits come up about. But they kind of reached on this too, and they said, look, I mean, if this comes to it, they don't have a fucking chance. TNA doesn't. I mean, Anthem doesn't. They're not going to win this. They're just... And did you see what they did for Ring of Honor on Friday? Where they sent cease and desist letters not only to Ring of Honor, but all the cable companies carrying the pay-per-view. And Dish Network actually pushed out and decided not to air the pay-per-view. That's...
Yeah, you know,
different.
That one promo where you actually had a good working relationship with and could trade stars back and forth, which is important considering how many really good people that ROH has at the moment. Yeah, that's gone now.
Including Cody. Now, I don't know which one Cody would choose if he had to pick between one. His wife is contracted by Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, but
he's got more freedom and more flexibility in Ring of Honor.
He's also way more in with the storyline with ROH because he's got the Bullet Club going on.
Exactly. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there.
He also seems weirdly over in Japan.
He's over, I heard a story about Germany this weekend. He's over in fucking Germany, too. Apparently so over, he crowd surfed to the ring to start his match.
That's amazing.
And
hang on.
I mean, good for him. He's
Do you know, Matt?
He's been a bit of a douchebag since he left E, but good for him.
Do you know what his star rating was for his match?
I'm going to guess 2.5 stars. Okay. I'm just going to guess.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I always liked Cody, so good that he's so over. I mean,
I've enjoyed his stuff on the indies. I enjoy his character work. The matches are still 2.5 stars.
but he's always been a character, though. He's never been a wrestler.
Yeah. There's no way around the ring work hasn't gotten better. You know, some guys it takes them 6 months to kind of shake the WWE style off and assimilate to where they are. He's still Stardust in the ring. It's no different.
Yeah.
The one thing about Cody,
But he's over.
he's always been a great tag team wrestler because that helps cover a lot of his gaps to be able to do a 15-minute match on his own. Because like the beautiful disaster kick is fantastic when he's not missing it by a mile like he did at Wrestle Kingdom, and like he has good moves. He just doesn't have a big enough moveset to cover a match.
Which is why he's good in the Bullet Club, because you can have that type of
I will say him and Adam Cole make quite a good tag.
But I want to say, my joke about Cody is, he is in the Bullet Club, but when you hear about him on internet or whatever, you don't see him with the Bullet Club. He's always by himself.
Yeah.
Well, he's the American Nightmare. He's like the outcast of the Bullet Club.
He's over in Japan every once in a while. He does more Ring of Honor Bullet Club stuff.
Yeah.
With the weird Kaz. Wasn't a member of Bullet Club ever.
We called day one.
Day one.
I knew, like, it's really weird to watch Cody in the Bullet Club because you see him with all the guys, and it's like one of these things just doesn't quite fit.
Well, it's also one of the things that most of the members of the Bullet Clubs are like, they're friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they're part of the Bullet Clubs. They're just friends. Are like, fuck it, let's make a group. But, like, the Elite, you see everywhere together.
Now, I watched an Ask the Elite podcast on YouTube, and it had Cody in it. Like, he was there with them. But it was still a weird fit. I mean, they're all wearing, like, sweatpants and training shirts and whatnot. He's got his 3-piece suit on.
That's it. That's him.
And it's just like, this is such an odd fit. He did tell a cool story about the worst wrestling match he was ever in on SmackDown, though.
Oh, yeah?
Go on.
It was a 6-man tag. It was him and Wade Barrett and somebody against Ezekiel Jackson, somebody, and Sin Cara. The original Sin Cara.
Oh, shit.
wow.
Oh, it was Daniel Bryan was the third guy. And he was supposed to, what happened was Sin Cara was supposed to tag out to Ezekiel Jackson to get his hot tag in and then eventually take the win. But Sin Cara screwed up. First of all, he kicked...
Wait, you're telling me Sin Cara screwed up?
He was supposed to do an over-the-shoulder land on his feet, but somehow kicked Barrett in the nuts. So they went to repeat the spot, and he did it again and kicked him in the nuts. And then goes over to make the hot tag to Bryan.
Oh, God.
So now Bryan comes in, he's a little confused. Ezekiel Jackson, as Cody says, is standing in the corner like this, pouting because he was supposed to get his hot tag offense.
And I don't think Zeke doesn't even ever come in the match.
He doesn't. Daniel hits like a move and then pins, and it's like 1, 2, 3, and the bell rings, and Daniel Bryan goes, yeah! And Cody and Barrett are on the floor, and they're like, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll go attack him, and Ezekiel can come in and get his heat, you know. So they turn around to go do it, and they see he's already walking up the ramp. They're like, well, fuck it, I guess.
We lose.
Really quickly before we move on, you mentioned the Elite.
Yes.
The Elite. The Elite.
Baby. Wait.
What?
Well,
No.
Not anymore.
Another baby?
If nothing told you he was going to the E soon,
Oh, this is
it.
This is it.
because he's not going to stay in Ring of Honor
No.
and become the valiant baby face against the Bullet Club. Right? This is AJ in Japan.
This is gonna be Cody in Japan.
Yeah, this is them turning on him. Look, no, Omega's the man. Yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
Losing the title and leaving the Bullet Club within like 24 hours.
Is that it? It was like flashing red lights,
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom.
Like, oh, he's leaving.
Oh, he's leaving.
He's going to the E.
When does his contract officially end?
April 30th.
So is there another ROH pay-per-view between now and then?
Well, there's the Supercard of Honor 11, which it would make sense to try to get him versus Omega on it.
That's
WrestleMania weekend.
what I would love to see right now.
So Adam Cole versus Cien Almost basically booked for Brooklyn this summer. Is what you're telling me.
Okay.
I guess who's taking the loss in that one?
Cole.
Cien Almost.
Poor Almost.
Yeah.
I think if they'd have debuted him with the heel thing, he'd be so much better.
I just hope they
We'll get to it on NXT, but Almost faced Joe's boy this week.
I thought he was good.
I'm
He
just
faced
gonna
Ho-Ho
say,
Lou.
I'm just gonna say, hopefully they let Cole keep his name.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, don't worry. We just watched Steel this past week on the Q.
Cole Adams, baby!
They'll somehow change it to like, hey,
Hey! We're saying we watched the Steel on the last week's Q.
Available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSolarTippet.com.
The director and writer was Kenneth Johnson.
Oh, God.
And I was like, no. This can't be that Kenneth
And
Johnson.
then you get the one step better when the name of the street gang is the Marks.
Ah, that's hilarious.
It's like Kenneth Johnson and the Marks.
Who was the tag team the Hardys beat this week in ROH?
It was the Elite. It was...
No, they beat,
Because I thought it was Punky Vice and
the three-way. Roppongi
Yeah.
Vice, the
And the
Young Bucks,
Young
and
Bucks.
the Hardys.
Yeah.
So the Young Bucks had the ROH titles?
Yeah. And
Because
then
Roppongi Vice has the New Japan titles.
junior tags, but they lost them.
Yeah, they lost that.
Oh, did they? Oh.
Yeah.
I like Roppongi Vice.
Suzuki Gun.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
Good
that.
team, though. Yeah, Roppongi Vice is a really good team.
Love Republic.
Bring Trent Beretta.
Forever!
Bring Beretta back to the E, I guess?
No, he's
Keep
one of those...
him
He's kind of one of those like Drew Galloway where they left and all of a sudden it was like, whoa, they had something there. And
Well, he had a really weird gimmick in the E.
He's
I
got
never-
the same gimmick now. He's just
Yeah.
weird.
I never got why... Because Galloway worked on SmackDown, and then they sent him to Raw. I mean, I guess it's because they sent him to Raw and he got lost in the whole mix.
How many guys can we say that about in the last 5-10 years of SmackDown?
This is true.
MVP gets a great run on SmackDown, goes to Raw. It's like, oh yeah, remember his career?
I loved his run in TNA.
Ken Anderson.
No. MVP's one day.
One day, yeah.
Oh, he had longer in TNA. It was like a year.
Oh, that was,
it was,
Lucha.
Lucha, yeah.
Because he said something in an interview. But yeah, Anderson or Kennedy went there. But I mean, that was also the shoulder got busted, got the bad advice, drops the briefcase, and then a week later learns, oh yeah, your shoulder's fine.
Not that bad.
Oops.
She's like, fuck you, really? And then we end up with Vince McMahon's son was fucking the little guy.
Hornswoggle.
Swoggle now.
And then the limo blew up, and that was a bad
Because
angle.
I don't want to be on television.
Oh, I can't be on TV if I'm dead, pal.
Yeah.
Speaking of ROH title changes, the 6-man tag belts changed.
Ooh, did you see the clip?
I did not see the clip. I
Did you
just
see the GIF? I know you didn't watch the GIF. Ring of Honor.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, Christ.
Oh, hit.
Baby.
TK O'Ryan does an acai moonsault, and he gets height on that fucker. Unfortunately, he comes down shin first on the railing and breaks
Oh.
Yeah, I
breaks
watched it. I didn't mean to.
Wait, breaks his shins?
it. Yes,
Yes.
breaks his shin.
Both?
one.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's brutal looking.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's my job.
I'm good.
TK O'Ryan.
Don't look it up now.
What's the work? I saw a hospital pic later. It's nothing bad. He was
X-ray?
wearing his Ric Flair socks. He's like, worst part is they had to cut my other Ric Flair sock. Oh, yeah.
Poor
Acai moonsault.
WCPW lost their championship matchup, though, because Cole dropped his title.
Yeah.
Because it was
That's the second time that's happened at WCPW. Lethal was supposed to defend the title, then he loses it to Cole.
I forget who he's facing when they have their bulletproof
Cody.
pay-per-view. Oh, is it Cody?
No, their team.
Their team. Oh, the photo I saw, it was like Cody and Adam's face. I'm like, oh, they're facing each other. Okay, already? Okay.
Not because they're bulletproof. It's a whole Bullet Club show.
Yeah, because
The Bucks are coming in too.
the Bucks are there, Bebe's there, Cody's there.
Of course they're there.
Let's say, it was just so weird seeing it's like, oh yeah, an ROH title held by
Bully
Bully
Ray.
Ray.
And the Briscoes. If you think about it, though, that's a perfect team for Bully Ray.
It
to show up
is.
with.
Oh, that thing is wobbly.
I really hope.
Yeah.
I really
You
hope.
seen it?
I'm watching it right now.
Ugh.
Wait, here it is. Oh!
Hey, host, let's move on with the show, shall we?
You're making half the crew sick.
So
Yeah,
here's the thing.
come on, buddy.
He's sitting on the ground afterwards, and it's just wobbling back and forth.
Yeah,
I've
watched
seen
it.
terrible breaks
We've
before,
seen
that's
it,
understandable.
So,
Images of Sid.
yeah,
We do have the grandest event of them all to build for now.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw, the day after WrestleMania. Oh, I've got a rant for Mania too. Don't worry about it.
But we did,
Impact was only half my
Heat.
rant.
Oh, God.
we did have, of course, the week that was in the WWE. And Monday Night Raw, It wasn't a bad show.
The first hour was great.
It was good. It flew by.
I mean, the 3-hour show must have been shit because you guys are giving it.
The first hour
The
was
first
great.
hour and a half was fine.
I'm telling you, the Hulu version, I thought it was an excellent show. Like an hour and a half of just really top-notch shit. So.
Well, like the first match of the night, or first promo, it's Jericho.
Yeah, it was good.
You
It
know,
was a very good promo.
I would say it was great.
Set up the 2 matches that you had.
Yep.
Of course, you know, that thing that they would never have happen again.
Has happened 8 times now or something.
KO versus Sami Zayn.
They really, really need to split them up on the brand split.
and they gave Neville and Rich Swann a pretty decent
They
long
gave
match.
them, what, 3 segments
Yeah.
for that
It was-
match?
They had 2 commercial breaks.
It was
Well, it was edited down on Hulu. They only got
There was like
It had 2 commercial breaks.
they only got 1 on Hulu, so they must have chopped some shit.
It
off.
was a
It was
great.
about a
And the
13-minute match.
The
I
version,
think it was longer than
the
that.
version I saw was a really good match.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
so,
no.
It got a
was
This Is Awesome
great
chant.
match.
for once.
Especially that last blast at the end there is just insane.
Actually using. Oh god. Joe texted me right after that match and was like, I never want to have to eat that submission move from Neville.
The Rings of Saturn from Neville.
It's so
Holy
nasty.
crap!
13.50 for the match length on that.
Seemed long. I mean, I guess with the commercial
The
breaks.
commercial breaks do kind of change that, but
Great match, great finish. The interview after, though. Out comes Double A. He's cutting his interview, talking about Neville. There's no one who can match you. Crowd starts. The crowd actually doing its job correctly.
Chanting CM
Start-
Punk.
No.
Oh.
Starts chanting Austin Aries. Aries just sitting there with a coy smile.
Calm down, guys. Come on.
I'm just trying to do my job.
But then he's like, so there's no one on your level. No one. And then Neville's like, are you trying to say you're on my level?
Because you're not.
And then just fucking, I guess, what was the move?
First he hit him with the mic.
Hit him with the
And
mic.
then discus
Then the
clothesline.
discus clothesline. Or discus forearm.
I have a
Forearm.
question.
Yeah.
But more of a statement, really. He punches him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good move. It was good. No, I enjoyed that.
I liked it. I just could not stop looking at Aries' eye because he takes his glasses off. You can see that he had the surgery.
Yeah, you can still
Yeah.
see the scar
But
there.
it's just that scar, and I was just like, oh, that fucking sucks.
Well, I mean, the pictures of right after it happened, his face just like
Swole up, yeah.
swollen and-
Yeah.
But that whole segment was great. The attack, Double A going to the top of the ropes. Oh,
Even the part before it where he again introduces his package. And Cole breaks hard.
Cole and
Graves.
Graves just they couldn't handle it anymore. They were too many package comments and they were just done. They just broke.
I think by the time they actually cut to the video, Cole is doubled over.
But unfortunately, as we later learn on 205, is we'll see no more packages.
This is the downside.
I hope we get like R-Truth on 205 Live.
Shut
He was
up.
off main event this week.
No.
Down to just Phillips and Saxton.
Whew.
They're probably afraid Truth would make some sort of face fucking joke.
You had the continuation with the tag team storyline. So we're going to have, because they had the title match that got interfered with, and now you're going to have a number 1 contenders match next week.
I really thought there was going to be a bit of a better angle to it where, like, Enzo would, like, hang over a rope or something and Cesaro would just throw his coffee in his face because of the conversation they had beforehand. But what they did worked, too.
I did like, I will admit, I chuckled at the line in the back. Cup of, hey, this is a cup of coffee. It's coffee.
Legitimately, and people have made this point, and it's pretty true, when Enzo and Cass actually have a point, they're not just there to cut their shtick to get the crowd chant. When they're actually involved in something, they are better. Their cuts are better. I mean, because when you go back to the summer when it was Enzo and Cass helping Cena,
They were good.
it was pure gold on the mic from Enzo. And while I wouldn't say this was pure gold, it was still a bit of a trying to get a pop fest. It was better. There was
Yeah.
more of a point to it. It felt like they were actually trying to accomplish something. But even now, still, they're not great, Enzo and Cass. There's still some of it that's just not great.
Yeah, it's... I'll tell you one thing Enzo's good for. Getting his face kicked in.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Taking the bro kick off of the shoulder of Cesaro.
That was brutal.
It was also very good by Sheamus not to nail Cesaro with any of that.
Sheamus is going through a real resurgence, and it's confusing to myself.
It really is.
I'm about to say, he's one of my favorite guys right now, I think, on Raw.
I just want to talk for like a minute about the Goldberg promo.
Well, let's finish with the tags real quick, because they set up now a number one contenders match next
week. Yeah.
Or tomorrow night.
More than likely
ends in a draw.
Yeah, somehow it's going to end up, because we're getting a triple threat match at Mania.
The Good Brothers come in, destroy the match.
Yeah.
The only thing is, what's going to be the ladder match at Mania?
Cruiserweights.
I don't think it's one.
There might not be.
I don't think it's one.
You don't think it's Neville Aries?
No. Because there's too many cruiserweights that deserve to be showcased.
I almost wonder if they're going to do like a number one contenders thing.
Wait, there's only so much time.
Well, you do have a 5-hour pre-show.
I mean, they're going to have three pre-show matches, but I'd be willing to bet you anything this 3-way tag match is going to be on the kickoff, and the SmackDown Women's title, I'm guessing, is probably going to be the kickoff. So that's already
the
two
one
of the
versus
kickoff.
all match?
Yeah, so that's already 2 kickoff matches.
Because it feels like they spent 2 segments this week just building Aries versus Neville.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aries versus Neville is coming. I just don't think it's the Mania match.
You think that's 205 Live?
Either 205 Live,
or the next pay-per-view,
or Raw does have the April pay-per-view. So
save it for them.
It's possible.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I would just think. I mean, God. I wouldn't think they'd want to take Swan and Perkins and Gallagher and just not use them at all, or put them in the Battle Royal.
I mean, they're
pointless.
They're going to end up having to put a lot of very important people in the Battle Royal anyways, so... But, I mean, you could probably fit a good 10-minute ladder match in there for a number one contendership.
I don't want to spend too much time on the New Day.
We don't have to.
Except for one thing.
That's good.
You don't have to.
One thing.
What?
That pin.
Oh, God.
Okay, that was a pin. All right, move on.
No.
Calm down.
I'm Joe, man.
You didn't even watch it because you have Hulu.
That's
But it has to be awkward to get pinned by a very large man gyrating right in your face.
On the chest. He is sitting on the chest of one of the Shining Stars, gyrating for the entire 3 count.
So Corey, just so you can picture in your head,
okay.
he's doing the hip swivel on his knees in his face with his package.
And who is he pinning?
One of the Shining Stars.
Primo.
Primo deserves so much better than that.
It was. I was like, I would have been mad in the back if he did that to me.
The women's situation. This is getting This is getting bad.
Personally, I thought this entire segment sucked.
You weren't the only one.
I thought. Okay, first of all, the storyline they're saying, I'm not a fan of it. Bailey looks like an idiot. Yeah. Sasha, I mean, you might as well just paint a sign on her forehead that says, I'm turning heel at Mania.
When Sasha comes out, I'm like, oh my, I'm over it. I know where they're going with the storyline here, but it's just like, okay, just move along with it. I'm getting tired of Sasha coming out to defend Bailey for no reason.
Exactly.
I like the angle, though, of making it Sasha versus Bailey for Sasha to get into the match.
I didn't like that, too.
That was different.
Well, you couldn't do the same thing as the tag.
Well, that was Mick Foley's idea.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll do a women's number one
Steph's
contender.
just like, shut up.
And I texted Rick this, I'm like, I'm glad they're doing this because Mick might have forgot that he made that same match for next week's Monday with the tag titles.
But, I mean, it was different. The only thing I would have preferred would have been Sasha not to kick Charlotte for whatever reason to really hook it in. Would have been to do something slightly dirty to Bailey.
Well, I think they're trying to tell the story where she's turning, but you're not supposed to see she's turning.
But they're doing a real shit job of that.
Oh, no,
especially when they have Steph come out and be like, "We're doing it. We're doing it."
It's terrible. No, it's terrible.
The women's division on both brands that was doing so well, not so much now.
Well, at least SmackDown was hit with a curveball at least.
A really shitty curveball.
What is this though? I mean, this is what they planned. This is exactly what they had planned for Raw. So I mean, damn.
Also, this leads to one other thing, and I believe Rick was the one who probably wants to say this to most. Rick, your thoughts on the Chicago crowd?
Oh my god, fuck off so hard. I hate all of you. You're the worst. I mean, at least, one, Stephanie, once again, they start chanting CM Punk. They're like, she's just like, oh yeah, CM Punk. He sucks as much as you all do. Like, she just destroys the crowd. I'm like, damn it, Steph, you're good at destroying the Chicago crowd. But just fuck off. He's gone. He took his ball and went home. Who gives a shit?
My favorite part was going online and some of the places online putting out this stuff about, oh, we're going to see CM Punk tonight. I hope CM Punk shows up. Shut up.
Are people that stupid?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't want to shit on our base here, but we are talking wrestling fans, and they are delusional, stupid fucks.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit on them all. I mean, yeah, wrestling fans are idiots.
Yeah.
Look at the NXT crowd. They're almost as bad as the Impact crowd.
I almost want them to leave Full Sail. To be honest with you, I just...
Except
I'm curious to see how this...
It's terrible. The crowd's dead, like, the entire time. They were terrible in Orlando.
It's been 5 years. It's time to move on.
Yeah. We got another great promo from Triple H this week.
Can I just say one more thing?
Oh, please do, sorry.
Bayley looks like an idiot. And
She does.
She
Yeah.
can't win a match to save her life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing I didn't like about it. You guys. Oh, I'm glad it was against Bayley instead of Charlotte. I'm like, well, I wasn't because, again, she loses. And it looks like she can't win without Sasha's help.
That's why I kind of wished it'd been dirty.
Yeah, it was
Just to put a tweak to it.
I mean, how...
I mean, I guess it was kind of dirty because, like, Bayley had got to the ropes and she used Charlotte to push herself back to the middle, but it was...
It's like they're trying so hard to unpush her in a weird way. Like, it's a push by a negative push.
Well, they even did the whole Bailey, I don't feel right being champion right now routine. And it's just like, then fucking give the title back.
Yeah, it's...
You should have done that last week.
Well, what
instead of-
sucks is the stuff that came out this week saying the original plans was for Sasha to try to help Bayley fuck up and let Charlotte win. Like, that would have been a way better storyline!
No,
But I'm
we
sorry,
got stuck with
guys. I
this.
just don't feel like I should be champion going to WrestleMania because I've had help every time so far every time I've been on the Raw main roster so far. Crap.
Not to mention, they do this little thing now in WWE, I've noticed over the last 5 years, where they have the heel give away what the storyline is in a promo, and you're not supposed to catch it,
But you've caught it.
but it throws... I mean, as soon as Charlotte came out and goes, this is so obvious. You couldn't get another shot at me, so you made sure your buddy was champ, so all of a sudden you could be back in the title picture. Which is exactly what the story is.
Yeah.
That's why she's gonna turn.
That's what she did on Monday. Because
Yeah.
you went at a roadblock in line. Whoever lost, no more title matches.
You know why this isn't over? Because back even 6 years ago, they wouldn't have had her said that. You were supposed to figure that out on your own. That's part of what makes an angle work, is when you're watching it and you go, oh yeah, I see what's going on here. Not when the fucking heel gets on TV, looks you in the camera and says, here's what's going on.
It's built for children now, though. They have to explain it.
Oh my god. All this segment needed was Josh Matthews on commentary.
But now we can get to Goldberg taking his first bump.
Oh,
I
no,
just-
we still have to do... I forgot we kind of glossed over the Goldberg thing, didn't we?
I just want to bring up that he takes an F5. What the fuck is he doing holding the belt
Thank
to
you.
his face
Thank
like the
you.
whole time?
I was like, what is he doing? He's like,
He's like, I'm waiting for the memes of the Whitney Houston, like, and I will always love you line when the fucking belt
Don't
goes
let
flying.
go.
Don't let go, Bill.
Oh, God.
He just, he puts him on his shoulders, and Bill, like,
It's mine. I'm not letting
I'm
go.
wondering, is he supposed to, like, take it to a headshot when he lands on, what the fuck? And then he, like, gets up instantly.
He got
He
up.
staggers up.
I mean, and it was, like, the way they cut the camera, it took a little while for him to get up.
What the fuck, Bill?
I
I know a lot of people hate the whole Goldberg thing right now. I thought it was cool to see him coming down with the title.
don't hate it. I just don't have no time for it. No interest in it. But that's going to be my WrestleMania rant.
Well, and here's my question to it. Is it the fact that Goldberg has the title, or is it the face of who Goldberg is facing at Mania for the title?
That's a big part of it.
I
'Cause
think it's who he's facing.
I think that's what's upsetting most. Because, like, say he was facing Braun at Mania, and you're seeing Braun get this amazing rub coming up.
I would be
at
okay
be
with
all
that.
for it.
Yeah.
But now that it's
But the storyline being, okay, you've embarrassed me and kicked my ass in less than 2 minutes on multiple occasions now. So of course I earned the right to main event WrestleMania for the title. I mean, surely that makes me number one contender, right?
It's like when I said in our text, I went, this is how the match goes. Lesnar, spear, F5. Jeff went, no, it's suplex, F5. And I was
Gotta
like,
sell the t-shirt, damn it.
one way or another, it's like a 3-minute main event. And it's like, what was it? They were saying the pay-per-view might be like 6 hours this year.
6.5.
6.5 hours, and the main event's going to be less than
Really
5.
hoping that includes the pre-show and not
That's
6.5 plus the pre-show.
Another big part of my rant.
Please go.
Oh, I thought we were going to get
No,
through the
we
show.
already-
Let's
Well,
get through the
we
show.
gotta get to the
Jesus
main event.
Christ. Let's get through things.
Yeah. Main event? Pro?
No, the promo with Triple H.
It was good.
Was it good?
Another damn good promo.
Well, I mean,
Did you not get that?
No, I got it. I was going to say it was...
it was also a pretty blatant dig at CM Punk.
Yeah.
It was...
Our doctors are the best
He's got
in the
best doctors in the
world.
I mean, yeah, another flashing light thing there. Hello, here's what I'm doing.
Like, I get
Hit
it. You're,
yourself with
you're
a
in
hammer.
Chi-
Hello, McFly!
like, I get it. You're in Chicago. Fuck Chicago because they are a bunch of assholes.
They
but
don't do subtlety well.
The Emma promo,
I didn't see that.
I don't even remember that.
It's just
Watch it.
Emma going back to Big Boss.
which helps.
Which I'm fine with.
Then you got Joe and Jericho, which did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah.
I thought the ending was very cool. I thought that was a very different, cool type of ending.
I think they have found so far with each match and each week different ways to show that Joe is an elite performer. And the way he doesn't win the same way every time. He's fine taking a win different ways. He's beating guys in different fashions.
Also, another very subtle hit you in the face moment. His trunks were a bit different this week.
Yes.
There was a certain color pattern to him that was a little familiar to me. Oh, it was green and black for Triple H.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've done a wonderful job with Joe on the main roster. Holy shit.
It's.
Why can't they do that with everyone?
I know they did a great job with. Till now, they did a great job with AJ. Like, I know we got butthurt with the whole feeding him to Roman thing, but even that he handled like a champ.
Made sense at the time.
But why are they handling TNA guys so? Because even looking at NXT,
It's Triple H.
look at Eric Young and Bobby Roode.
H.
I want to say it's a coincidence, but you're right. Every single TNA guy is getting pushed
And look at Aries.
ridiculously great.
Aries and his whole build from everything about his commentary run has played into now his main event roster run. It's so weird
I
and
want to argue
perfect.
that actually the injury was one of the best things that happened to Austin Aries.
From a career-wise, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it showed, when this guy's done, we could keep him. He's got a job.
Think about it. Aries, Miz, they have a lot of good color commentators they can throw on the mic.
Absolutely.
Not to
we'll
mention-
get into Miz.
Not to
eventually.
mention their gold standard, they got Graves already.
True.
Who was the number one. They're not hurting for color guys. God damn, they need some play-by-play guys.
Because McGinnis is killing it in NXT.
He's good. Joe's looked really good. I'm interested to see what happens in Mania with Joe, because at the moment, I don't see a match for him.
A lot of rumors is Balor.
One rumor is Balor, which could be the setup match tomorrow night.
There's two reasons I don't want that.
We've seen it
One,
3
we
times.
saw it 1,000 times in NXT. But more importantly, no build
Yeah.
for Mania. It's like, oh, by the way, here's two guys. It's Kurt Angle and Kane from 18 all over again.
I just watched that.
Right? It's like, oh, yeah, we have nothing for these two guys. Hey, you're in a feud now.
At least it'd be good.
Hopefully.
And at least it gets both of them in a match instead of Joe just having to be in a force. Although being in a force on the side might be better for him.
I actually argued a couple weeks ago that him as Triple H's enforcer on the floor would actually be a better spot for him this year.
I'll say next year you can build whatever you want to for him, but this year.
But let's get into the main event, Raw.
Okay, so
Ugh.
Braun calls out Roman because he wants to beat his ass. Doesn't want a match, just wants to beat the guy's ass. So
Down out, dong.
Yeah, the weird 1.5 second bump of Roman's music into the Undertaker's dong. And then
Did you say bump into Taker's dong?
Yes, it did.
Just making sure I didn't heard that.
Only took him a minute and a half.
Taker comes out and you get this Taker Braun stare down, and the crowd loses their shit.
Well, like, I got tingles. Like, when just him walking down, I'm like, oh my god.
Holy shit.
This will be really cool.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And then Braun walks away.
But then I have good news for you after this.
So, with that, outcome after Braun leaves,
Taker's about to leave.
Taker's about to leave.
Dong.
At one moment, I honestly thought that was how they're going to finish fucking Raw. And I was going to flip shit. I'm like, you give us that, and then I was waiting for the Raw logo on the bottom left to just pop up. I'm like, there it was.
Right there.
To be honest, what almost was the end of Raw, till the very finished part, that would have been better than the fucking stare down between Roman and Taker.
So Roman comes out.
Down out.
Oh, that fucking line. This is my yard now. Fuck off.
Who said that before? Everyone.
First of all, yeah, that boo was palpable.
Well, Chicago, I don't really take much according.
Hey, they fixed it on the Facebook video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they toned down the booing.
Because
I didn't know Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was strong.
Because it was Chicago. Because, I mean, to be honest, past couple weeks, Roman's been getting a pretty mixed reaction. He's getting a lot of cheers again
He
now.
always does now.
No, it's
lately.
heavier now. He's getting more cheers than he has the past couple.
It does
Yeah.
tend to be the smart, heavy cities where he's vociferously booed. I will say I disagree with you guys. I enjoyed this.
Really?
And I thought, here's how I put this. I'm not looking forward to this match. In any way, shape, or form. I will say, however, that if you had to build up to it, this was as good of a job as any.
Okay, well, you guys were in the room with me and Zen watching this.
The producer.
The producer. She flipped out. She was what you would call the internet, the wrestling internet.
Oh.
What the fuck is he doing out here? God damn it, they're giving us Roman versus Taker. What the fuck? Why not Braun and Taker? God damn it. Same shit as last time.
So Zen got mad on the internet, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Zen was mad on the internet person?
God damn it. They did the same thing with Triple H. That worked. This time, not working. Last 20 times that he's come out and faced someone who's come down the ring, stare at the logo, stare back, choke slam. Lesnar. God damn it. Motherfucker. I was like,
I will agree with her. I mean, is Taker so lazy now he just recycles the same exact setup?
well, he did.
Every year.
Triple H.
Yeah, it's the same.
I mean,
Lesnar?
he wanted to retire 5 years ago, so why does he give a fuck?
Bray?
He looks at the sign. The other guy talks. Taker never says a fucking word.
Well, no, he just goes, dead man, this is my yard now, go away or something, and then Roman goes to leave, and then
Choke slam.
I will
Which
say
the crowd did pop for the choke slam.
I will say I thought it fit here because he does call himself the big dog. So the whole dog yard thing. I was
You're
like,
getting your
That's
dog
going
t-shirt.
back to the American Badass.
yeah. I didn't like it, but I understood it. And I thought it did a pretty good job for what they needed. Now, having said that, like I just said, I couldn't give a fuck about this match. I don't care about it at all.
No one
it does
does.
nothing for me.
There's such a weird... There's a lot of matches, not a lot, there are matches at Mania that I am 100% all in on, and there's like a handful I'm 100% all in on, and now there's like 100% where I'm like, I might just get out of the room for those matches, I don't give a fuck.
Bathroom break.
There's well, my rant is forthcoming. But I thought it was okay for what they needed. And I did find out that the idea with Braun was on purpose.
Well,
That was to show that Braun respects him, but it was also to set up down the line.
See, and I got when I got over me being annoyed by it kind of making Braun look weak, I'm like, oh, it makes sense because it helps Taker look strong going into Mania that Braun didn't want to just straight up fight him.
It was a respect thing.
Because he thinks Taker's probably still pretty good.
Which tells me that's SummerSlam.
And this is what I'm wondering. Is this Taker's last Mania? And then is SummerSlam the retirement moment?
I give up on.
I just want to say I want to thank Undertaker, because because a couple months ago, before Survivor Series, you came out to SmackDown and said, "I'm a SmackDown guy.
I'm Team Blue.
I'm Team Blue, and if you don't win at Survivor Series, I'm gonna beat all your asses."
Which apparently only made sense for the main event guys because he didn't care about the undercard ones.
But
And he hasn't been
on SmackDown since. He's gonna be on Raw probably like 3 more times. And he's gonna face a Raw guy at Mania and maybe a Raw guy at SummerSlam. You're Team Red, Taker.
Hey, you know what? It's almost like it's too bad that there wasn't a really skilled, talented SmackDown performer being wasted in a match at Mania that you could have at least put in the ring with Taker.
Could have been like phenomenal or anything.
I'm trying to think here.
I think you guys are grasping straws here.
I mean, there was.
Heath Slater.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Well, maybe we'll come to. Maybe we'll.
I mean, it's not like anyone mentioned it in the ring last week about what he'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll come up again as we talk about SmackDown from this week. And the first thing I remember from coming in, because we were recording on Tuesday, right after the show, was the visceral hatred from Mr. Lessel about the opening segment.
You have 2 hours in a show. Mm-hmm. And you spend 15 minutes recapping last week?
Not only that, the psychology here.
Oh, it was ass backwards.
Ass backwards. It's fucking Shane and Daniel Bryan in the ring going, well, we have two people that should be in the title matches. We have Randy Orton, who won at the Rumble, and we have AJ Styles. Shane, who do you want to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? I pick AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan, who do you want? Randy. Well, that's why we're having the match. Wait, you need to flip that shit.
Flip reverse it.
Because when the feud starts, which is going to probably Tuesday.
I mean, it started.
But it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. But it's just like, I wanted you in the main event.
Technically, that covered 205 and then Talking Smack.
Yeah.
But what the fuck? Flip that shit.
Why was, as King Ross so aptly said it this week, why was the pretty much the hippie general manager condoning the arsonist, the tree burner, to get a title shot at WrestleMania?
By the way, you have 4 major titles on SmackDown. You're 2 of the 4 didn't even appear on the goddamn show.
No, because we had to make room for John Cena and Nikki Bella versus James Ellsworth and Carmella.
It was 7
Well,
minutes.
I understand Bray. They're selling what happened last week.
The tag champs haven't been on the show for a goddamn month.
I think Chad Gable's missing. I'm not sure.
Was he in the house when Orton burned it down?
Were they on Talking Smack this week or last week?
Last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
And they were in his hometown.
Remember, all we learned was that the Usos were
taking
apparently
photos.
stalking
Yeah,
them.
that's right.
Like, what the... So, you're 100% right. The SmackDown tag titles will not be on Mania at all, apparently. Because apparently they can't even make television.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, oh my god, this Cena, Bella, Carmella, fucking Ellsworth bit.
Cringe.
It was as bad as I thought it would be. I didn't, to be honest, the match started, I stopped watching.
Can I be honest? I never thought I'd say this. The best part of the match was James Ellsworth and his promo beforehand.
Yeah, that was actually not terrible.
He
I
does
enjoyed
a pretty good job playing the character they've given him.
Which, that's pretty impressive considering how shit that character is.
And then it went all downhill.
The fucking in stereo 5-knuckle shuffle.
Was this done on purpose to feed the storyline of Mania? Because to me, Cena did come off in this match looking as plastic and phony about this relationship as he could possibly try doing. You know, the 5-knuckle shuffle, the looking over.
Well, I almost think Cena's overdoing it because he wants no part of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Cena legitimately wants no part of this. Let's be honest.
He's
This
just a
is
company dude.
This is the E saying we need to do this for Totally Bellas.
John, you've been the main eventer for past 10 years. Can you suck one up and
Here's a couple extra zeros on the paycheck.
Yeah.
I doubt it's even that.
Like we're gonna give Nikki a top spot, and he's like, oh.
This is for her going away.
Yeah.
I want to get to Talking Smack so bad about this.
First off,
Oh,
Nikki does the STFU better.
Way better.
way better.
Well, as people pointed out on the internet, it's hard to lock in the STF against someone who doesn't have a chin.
This is true. This is very true. And then you have that whole part afterwards with Miz and Maurice.
They came down. People pointed out a really good thing. They really love to call each other a bitch leading up to WrestleMania.
Well, break your bitch.
Which still, Corey,
Touch my man, break my
you
bitch.
weren't here for this. Not upset that she cost her a match. Not upset that she hit her with the steel pipe. No, upset that she slapped Cena.
Ironically, that's the only way the Taker Roman thing would have been better than that before.
Oh,
If Roman hits that line about I'm the big dog now, and Taker just goes, I'm gonna break you, bitch.
You touch my ring, I'll break you, bitch.
But
And you arrested.
then Maurice drops a bitch line and
Break that, bitch.
Yeah.
I can't.
Cash me outside. How about that, bitch?
Okay, that I would have lulled for. But I can't even kind of be brought to give one. I know Miz is killing it on the mic for all this.
I was gonna say, I give one iota of a fuck about that match only because I respect how hard the Miz is working on this.
But even then, we pointed this out last week. The promos are great. It's the same shit we've heard for a year from just a different person.
No, not
Miz
the
is
talking
going-
smack.
No, that's
Not
all
the
talking
talking
smack.
smack.
We're not to that yet, though. We're talking about
Miz
SmackDown.
is going a little deeper than most.
But Miz has done that with everything. He's done it against Bryan. He's done it on all this stuff. But it just seems like it's same story, different shit. New person.
Again, much like Roman and Taker, I have zero interest in this fucking Mania match. I could not care less.
Well, and because the part... Cena's not going to be involved in the decision.
No, it's
Nikki
gonna be
pinning
Nikki.
Maurice is
Yep.
going to be how that match ends. I'm sure John will have hit Miz for an AA or something,
I'll
and then
make sure to
tags it.
embarrass him.
He'll give Miz another WrestleMania concussion.
Okay, can we now talk about Braun Strowman using a security guard guy as a weapon?
That would be
You mean
Baron
Baron Corbin?
By the way,
Yeah.
Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose had an interesting week.
So, apparently Ambrose, or Hawkins is calling out Ambrose because he
Unofficial
shit,
facts.
and then just shit all over Kurt Hawkins again. Fuck you, bro.
Chad Hawkins.
Jesus. Thanks for coming back to try to help us fill out the roster. Let us just shit on you from the moment
Yeah.
you returned.
Yeah. What the hell? At least Jinder got a fucking pay-per-view
He's
match.
just with his friends.
Hawkins can't even get a TV match.
He's just with his friends.
I'm like, fuck.
I'm not the biggest Chad Hawkins guy. By the way, he's known as Chad Hawkins now.
Wait, what? I missed that.
Morrow fuck up.
Oh, awesome.
Multiple times called him Chad Hawkins.
Chad,
But
face
In
to face.
fact, after calling him Chad, JBL hit that awesome line of, no wonder there's a fourth announcer out here.
JBL, he's getting better. I'll give it to him.
Face fucking.
But Jesus Christ, I get it, SmackDown. You have a depleted roster. Maybe try to build some guys up to help that.
Or maybe just have him in a match.
That
Instead
would
of getting
possibly help.
instead of getting neutered by Ambrose 2 weeks in a row.
Well, you can't put your tag champs on television, so why should you give Hawkins anything?
That's a good point. Face facts. Corbin, I liked the promo between the two of them. I thought that was good.
I thought the promo was a little weak, but the stuff in the back was good.
The aftermath on Talking Smack was awkward. We'll get to that later.
But so
I liked it.
he's looking for Corbin in the back, and as Joe said, Corbin holding a security guard hostage throws him at Ambrose.
And then, let's see, what can I use against the man back here? Pallets, lead pipes. Oh, I know. Forklift.
No, that arena, where were they? They're in Indianapolis, so
Yes.
they're probably at whatever, the field house.
Yeah, the film.
Yeah.
They are going to be hearing from OSHA. That is unsafe. You cannot park a fork. I work with forklifts.
So,
You cannot. It is against OSHA regulations to park and get out of your forklift with the forks in the air like that. That is unsafe. Never know when that hydraulic line will blow and that thing will come crashing down.
I mean, he brings up a good point.
But yeah, pinning him underneath the forklift. It's a good visual if you suspend disbelief and don't realize.
If you don't notice that there's a good 4 inches between the forks and him.
Something you just said, though. It's wrestling. Suspend disbelief, damn
Yeah.
it.
But even before the forklift part, just kick the shit out of Ambrose.
It's obvious he's winning that title at Mania.
Yes.
Hopefully. They're really putting him over and making Ambrose look like shit,
Unless
which worries me a little bit.
unless this WrestleMania win is a gimme to Dean to apologize for last year's.
When they put him in a match with Brock, who didn't give 2 shits.
Yeah.
I'll give that to Dean Ambrose. He doesn't give a shit about politics in the back. Man, on WWE programming, he's shit all over fucking Brock Lesnar.
You don't care.
But, see, that's what I'm worried about, because it seems like they're going to do the build Corbin, make him look like a complete monster, and Ambrose is fucked for a month, and then Ambrose wins.
Now, see, here's where I get your problem, but they have to pull the plug or
pull the trigger.
pull the trigger on one of these guys, be it Baron or Corbin, and they just are
Baron or Corbin?
Braun or Baron, and they just had Braun lose to Roman.
Braun Corbin.
Get it, but they need to pull the trigger on one of them.
I 100% agree, and it would be Corbin deserves that title for the work he's done for this year.
Then we get our Blissertation.
Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad.
This is the second women's part of the week that just...
It was so bad. It was the worst Alexa Bliss has looked on the mic since coming up. She just looked confused and not sure what to do.
Well, look at the fucking material they gave her.
Yeah, it was...
It was terrible. Oh, God.
And, like, everyone butting in just came across as, like, bleh. And then, I don't know, the weird with Mickie James turning her back on her felt weird. The whole match was in itself was kind of shitty.
And then you get the announcement of what the WrestleMania match is.
An open challenge. No, it's
Every
her
active
versus
SmackDown
everyone.
roster.
No. It's not her versus everyone. He very specifically titled this. It's her versus everyone not involved in something.
On the SmackDown roster.
It's like, oh, so you basically just admit that if you're not involved in something, you're in the title picture,
So
apparently.
everybody but Nikki.
And Maurice.
And Maurice.
Yes. Everyone else has an open shot at the title here.
Otherwise known as a not so creative way to debut Tamina.
Basically, yes.
Or even Marie's coming back.
Just let it go.
Or-
Release her.
Or Asuka comes up, hopefully. No, that won't happen.
So, let's go ahead and move to the main event. The third chance at a number one contender.
Which, in the end, was all pointless.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I guess it'll build the AJ storyline.
Well, not only that, but SmackDown had the unenviable position of having to kill like 7 weeks in between their pay-per-view and WrestleMania, so...
And they're doing a shit job of it.
I thought the AJ stuff they've been doing has been okay. I don't mind the prolonged...
AJ week to week has been fine. Corbin stuff has been fine. Bliss in between has been fine. Everything else has been pretty goddamn terrible.
I'm not too sure how I feel yet about Bray and Randy. I don't know. I'm confused.
I'm happy that they trust Bray to try and hold down this spot. I actually think the match will be good because it's going to be so different. Because they have such contrasting styles. But Harper's left out in the cold after doing some great work the last month.
He's kind of a little bitter about it.
A little bit, you think?
Yeah.
And just, I don't know.
But don't worry, Rowan's going to get thrown into the mix this week.
Orton's probably going to win, which makes it all feel pointless.
I'm confused. Looking at the storyline.
Oh, we went over this last week.
Shouldn't Bray be the babyface?
Yeah, well, that's how I mean, you listened to the podcast. I told you that I was starting my face turn by burning down everyone's houses.
I don't get it. Yeah, I commit arson. I,
Disgrace the grave of your dead sister.
So cool, I'm the babyface.
I beat AJ, I'm high-fiving people afterwards. Yeah, it's weird.
But notice they have a trend on this with Orton. Remember Legacy? He bullied them, beat them down, belittled them for 6 months. They had enough, turned on him once, and he was the over-as-hell babyface, and they were these, terrible heels.
And here's the problem, though, is that means coming out of Mania, we're going to have the worst iteration of Orton. Babyface champion.
Yes.
It's the worst Orton.
Yeah. See, I'm not 1,000% sure he's winning the title.
But I think he is because SummerSlam, I'm going to assume, is going to be Orton AJ.
See, I'm not because I just assume everything I've heard, unfortunately, about the draft is that AJ is a lock to go to Raw.
But we don't know when the draft's going to be
It's
yet.
been before SummerSlam, though. It always is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in July again because that's when they did it last year, yearly. Maybe.
Try to keep it around that same
But
time.
that means
There's
it's
been talk if any time
after
from May to
SummerSlam.
July.
No,
SummerSlam's in August.
Oh, that's right.
SummerSlam will probably be the second pay-per-view after the draft.
It's... I don't know. And I've come to terms with AJ leaving because I think he'll still be great on Raw. And I think we're going to see enough talent go back to SmackDown, hopefully, because a lot of guys need the help.
I hope so. I hope Zayn. God damn, I hope Zayn and Rusev go to SmackDown.
Yeah, they need it.
Those two need it so
Well,
bad.
I wouldn't say Zayn needs it because he's done a great job of keeping himself in the picture while eating all. I mean, it actually helps his character by being the guy who loses all the time.
That's just it, though. His character is the guy that loses all the time in the lower mid-card now. It's not even higher mid-card. It's lower mid-card.
I mean, he's been involved with KO and Joe the last few weeks.
Yeah, but if you notice, to be upper mid-card, either guy could win. It's well known who's winning these matches.
That's true. Zayn is just really...
He's kind of become Tito Santana.
He's just really good enhancement talent right now. But I mean, to be honest, that's going to make his Royal Rumble win in 7 years really cool.
And 7 years too late.
Let's get to 205 Live.
Well, which was also still SmackDown for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we got AJ walking to the back to start 20... Which actually...
That didn't happen. That happened like 20 minutes in, right?
No, 205 Live opened with AJ walking to the back.
Because he was... Yeah, because it's live.
When I got on, when I started watching, AJ, it didn't happen until like after the second match.
Well, no, the stuff in the back was later, but the start to 205 Live was AJ going up the
Oh,
ramp.
yeah, okay. Well, I didn't see AJ. I got Randy.
You got there just a second later.
Yeah.
It showed AJ going to the back, and then it cut to Randy high-fiving as the good old burning down house
so
face.
when I got on 205 Live, it was Randy. I'm like, this is weird as shit now.
It was AJ going up the ramp looking really dejected. But
okay.
I actually liked that thing, because it really tied the two shows together. I actually really liked that. You did see the 120 guys attacking the ring to get it changed over, though.
Yeah. Just quit the purple shit.
It would help.
Can we just push SmackDown to be 9 to 11 and put fucking 205 Live before it?
Right.
Because good God, was that crowd dead.
Well, you can't wear him out with a fan. I would say it was fan. It was my spoiler. My database match of the week for TV this week is AJ and Orton.
The greatest SmackDown main event of all time.
Well, that was hyperbole, but
Slow build, but it got me in the end.
Yeah.
I really wasn't liking the start of it, but the end really bought.
it's funny
got
because
me to
that's
buy in.
exactly what I thought it would be because it's an Orton match, first of all.
True.
And Orton's template is to start slow and you build up.
It's why I'm interested in Orton versus Bray, because Bray's a very fast worker comparative to Orton slow. So I wonder how they'll mesh.
You get a double promo to start 205 Live that's on that A double level.
Fucking hilarious. The glasses as the interviewer, the glasses off as Aries. Oh, it was so funny.
Again, nothing bad this week.
I mean, Neville came out and basically... The continuity. 205 Live, apparently the only thing on WWE television that believes in continuity. Because Neville comes out and goes, why do you get a title shot? You've been sitting on a desk for a few weeks. You've pissed off a ton of people in the back. So who does he end up facing in the main event? The guy he talked shit to when he did interviews with, Tony Nese.
The tag match wasn't bad. Swan Gallagher versus Dar and Daivari.
It was fun, and the stuff in the back between Swan and Gallagher, it made me lol. It was funny.
And of course, you had the chocolate delivery afterwards. Just so he could say, Alicia Fox.
I know.
Actually, weirdly enough, the last 2 weeks it's been Alicia Fox.
Yes.
There's no Ux.
And when he went into the back to talk to Swan, he just said Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
He didn't hold it. He was just like, someone gave flowers to Alicia Fox. I was like, what just happened?
Vince just got pissed.
Vince doesn't watch 205 Live.
He watches it exclusively for that line.
No, he just has his secretary show him the clip of that one part. Oh, God damn it, yeah.
Did he say it?
Yeah.
But what they did this whole thing, like hyping the return of Grand Metalik. He had one match and now he's gone again.
Yeah, well, I know the story behind that.
What?
Well, remember during that match, he slipped off the ropes when he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to be taken off TV for a while.
Oh, he got hurt. Damn it.
He got hurt?
No, he's got to learn how to work, apparently.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah, a guy who's known as not making any mistakes. Like a guy I've watched for years, never make one mistake in the ring. Of course, he has one little mistake during his match, and now it's like,
you mean the master of the ropes?
Yeah.
And he played it off super well. Like, I get it. When you have that high flying, once in a blue moon, you're going to fuck up. It's going to happen.
But they're so worried about another Botchkara.
Yeah, that's what it is Sin Cara left such a bad taste in their mouth. So if you're wearing a mask and you slip up even a little, it's not that they're going to just screw you forever, but it's like, okay, we'll just take a couple weeks and cool off on that for a minute, and
All right, I can. As much as I don't agree with it, I can see their point. I mean,
He has to pay for the sins of original Sin Cara.
I can understand that. It also doesn't help that original Sin Cara was just a huge asshole.
That too.
I love the continuity here also with Tozawa and Kendrick. Lesson 7.
I'm loving this feud.
You didn't read the fine print. It didn't say the Brian Kendrick. It said a.
No. It wasn't. You didn't check. I'm Brian with an I. This is Brian with a Y, is what it was. And then he said, "You're not facing the Brian Kendrick. You're facing a Brian Kendrick."
This was great, and this is exactly what Brian Kendrick should be used for.
Oh, yeah. The stuff with TJ didn't quite work.
This is perfect.
And Tozawa just obliterating that dude was so fun.
He's like the Berserker. Cool.
And he's so over.
Oh, yeah.
Except that crowd didn't give a shit about anything.
Then, of course, we got our main event, which was Austin Aries and Tony Nese.
Austin Aries, like I said before, is a step above everybody else on the roster.
He's the A double level. I don't know. Like, I get it. It's to be different. But it bothers me that he's not double A level. That it's A double. Because it doesn't... It just sounds weird to me.
Double A's already kind of taken.
Yeah, he kind of can't be double A.
I know, but it just sounds weird to call it A double.
It makes it different, which I'm all about.
But the match... He tells such a fantastic story. And even when he fucks up, he tells a great story. Like when he missed landing on the side of the ring apron.
Covers it perfect.
He might be my number 2 worker in the WWE overall.
Behind?
AJ.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's almost at it. I mean, both of them are, to me, just a step above everyone else in terms of in-ring. God, he's so good. And the only thing I question is that as great as Neville is as a heel, so is Aries.
Yeah, that's why it's
Aries
weird as a
baby
face.
It's like, I mean, he's good. He can do it.
I think it's kind of just to, like, get him on the title. Like, you gotta assume, like, by the summer he goes full heel.
Or it might be one of those, like, they see him, like, where he's not getting over as a face.
Well, except he is.
Heel. Well, yeah, but...
In ring.
Down the line.
Once we get going.
Yeah.
See how... It's Aries, though. I don't know if Aries can't get over. Aries is just so good.
He's fully recovered from their unintentionally bad job when he debuted. He just debuted in NXT at the worst fucking possible time.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But to be honest, he helped a lot of people look good.
Yeah.
I mean, Corbin, let's be honest, Corbin was shit before he started a program with Aries.
Yeah. Was the Joe match was before that?
Joe was before. Joe helped a lot.
Joe helped a ton.
That first Joe match, I was like, oh, that was the first time I saw something in Baron. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it was both of those two feuds really helped.
But it was the Aries feud that really helped get the persona over.
Yeah. It was, yes.
Which was the final piece before going to the main roster.
And then that persona just seemed to automatically click all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So that's why you bury it on television.
But he's not, I mean... They've misstepped with him quite a bit. Fucking roll-ups left and right. Fuck you, I hate all of you.
And I think that one of the things that's helped Braun is the fact they kind of fucked up Baron.
Yeah, they kind of learned from it.
They don't want that to happen again.
Well, except they already kind of started.
So let's go ahead and cut to Talking Smack.
Oh, Joe's been waiting. He's been sitting
Joe's chomping on the bed.
I'm not chopping. I'm in some pain.
So, Joe, let's talk Talking Smack.
Oh, The Miz is beautiful.
Let's just go right to that. I mean, the whole backstage thing with AJ was fun.
Yeah.
But
Purple Haze, as I saw.
Purple Haze, man.
No, let's get to that Miz
The Miz promo shoot-esque thing was amazing. Talking about how John Cena stole Nikki from Ziggler.
Stole his moves.
Stole
his look.
And just going off and just seeing all, like, Maurice's faces when he brings up Ziggler. It's like, oh, shit. And then, you know, like, Daniel jealous to become a movie star. And Daniel's like, no, I'm not. I want to be a wrestler. It's like, well, you can't because your head won't let you. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
except he's a
let's wait 18 months.
Yeah, then
and
Bryan
see what
goes, let's wait
happens.
18 months.
Yeah,
That-
except when he's gonna go kill himself in New Japan.
No,
'cause he's a
I
fucking
actually
idiot.
have an update on that later. Once Joe's done with it.
go ahead.
Okay. I did do some research after that because I was intrigued. It's like
Yeah, because
that's
the
not
internet
kind of
started
thing.
blowing up saying he's leaving.
Everybody jumped
Yeah.
on it.
He was going to ROH or New Japan as soon as the deal was done.
And I've believed that ever since he retired because I know it was
He wants to wrestle.
he didn't hide the fact it wasn't his idea to retire.
Yeah.
It's the fucking right idea for him not to wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
I found out he has done a lot of extensive research and more testing on his own time away from WWE, and the stuff he's doing it serious. He's not just going fuck. I'm gonna go back and fuck everything, and become Benoit.
He's doing his due
He's
diligence.
actually doing a lot of testing and knowledge based. He's trying to learn, and all the tests have come back that they're all good except for that one that WWE did that found the thing. I think it's a dangerous thing. However, I did also find out that he does plan on leaving. He doesn't give a fuck about the big money, which that's not shocking. Daniel Bryan was never about the money. But here's the interesting part I found out. Apparently, he has done his thought process. He's continued to train, but he's come up with a different wrestling style that'll eliminate all the dangerous shit he used to do. He's going to have a completely different... This will be a totally different Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. If he does,
I'm very interested to see what this type of animal trying to be.
He's. I don't know what it will entail. I mean, obviously no headbutts and suicide dives.
But he can keep a lot of his technical.
But he
prowess.
said, yeah, I guess this is quotes from him, not anyone else.
And see, that would be my problem with he's doing all this research. You can very easily pick and choose doctors who are going to give
That's
you
true.
the answer you
That's
want
true.
to hear.
I'm not.
WWE, they don't do this just to look out for the wrestler's safety. They're protecting their ass from all the lawsuits they're getting now.
Exactly.
But it's a good thing out of it. It's not how the NFL is protecting itself from these lawsuits and just fuck player safety anyways. We don't really give a shit.
Here's how.
At least the E feels like they're trying to protect people.
Here's how I see it. Both sides have their own agenda that they're fighting for.
Yes.
I have no doubt nobody that already wants him hurt, but let's be honest. They're worried about their ass.
Which they should be.
Yeah, no,
As a major corporation.
I have no issue with that. Him, of course he's looking to get what he wants, but I would hope he's intelligent enough to not skew it, like you said, pick and choose the doctors or what. I would hope that's not happening.
But see, it seems like he's so...
He's hell bent on wrestling. It's just like I feel like he's only thinking about himself. Like hey Daniel, you're about to have a kid.
Well, that's the thing. How much will that change his mindset?
Yeah, because it does change. I mean,
once the kid's here,
Cory's had children. I just had my first child.
things change.
Even during the pregnancy, your mindset doesn't change as much as after the child comes.
Yeah, no. Once that little kid is there,
Let's hope
a
it
lot
changes
of things
because
change, and a lot of things become crystal clear as to what's important.
Yeah.
and it's one of those. Daniel, you are one hell of a wrestler, but you got hurt multiple times. WWE doesn't want to have you get hurt, and then something happens that it could end badly for you. And it's guaranteed money for you to, live happy.
And here's the worrisome thing. Is that he'd be going to wrestle as safe as he can try to be. He's going to go to places that played a bit faster and looser with how people should wrestle comparative to the E.
Well, and that even goes to a point of you can try to wrestle safe.
Shit happens.
Look at Homba. We were talking about that last week. The rope-assisted DDT you've seen a billion times.
Yeah.
1,000 times.
It's as a spot you can do pretty safe, but things go wrong.
But here's the thing,
and it's also good to hear that he's doing better.
It's a good thing. But I understand, Brian. I'm gonna change my whole moveset, all this. So when you're facing someone, you can't. What can't he do? I can't DDT you. I can't brainbuster you. I can't do a headlock. I can't do a bulldog. I can't do a suplex off the top rope.
Hey,
I can't hit you with a chair in the back.
Personally, I'm with you guys. I would just assume he stay retired and
Look, yeah.
do his thing.
And this is always a tough thing when it comes to, I mean, especially for me, this is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. It was the same with The Undertaker, though. When's that point where, you're fandom of you just want to see your favorite wrestler compete again versus it's not worth it?
It's different.
It's two different
That's
things.
different, though.
But it's two different ways of getting to the same thing. Taker was, you just didn't have anymore. This is one of those, it's like, I would kill to see another Daniel Bryan match, or Bryan Danielson match. But...
Yeah, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just say Daniel Bryan.
It's the most annoying way to ever change someone's name ever, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
I'm Les Joe.
With Bryan, it's I want to see him obviously wrestle again. I would love to see him versus Shinsuke, but
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
He'll die.
no. I'm saying if he was healthy, I would have loved to see that match.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't sit here and say I wanted to see him wrestle again if it's gonna mean his life or further injury.
It would.
There's just no way I could see
It would. The only way he could wrestle, it would be like a thumb wrestling match or something like. It would be like, okay, so we're going to. It's going to be a 5-minute match, and all it's going to be is a figure four. It's just going to be something like that.
It's
not
like if
gonna
somebody's
be,
an Edge fan.
Well, and
Yeah.
what's
You
gonna,
probably would love to see another Edge match,
but
but you never want to
there's
see
no
that.
way you want to see another Edge match.
Well, and see the scary thing.
Well,
What-
that's a little different. I'll explain why after.
The scary thing wouldn't be the first 6 months, because the first 6 months he's going to take it as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's when nothing happens in 6 months.
Yep.
It's when he gets comfortable.
Oh,
I
I
can-
maybe do the headbutt again.
I can
It's
do the
I'm
suplex.
suddenly in something with Okada. I wouldn't want him anywhere near an Okada match.
no.
One thing goes wrong.
Because those guys go stiff.
And
Which is what he's gonna want to do.
yeah.
Yeah, and but that's
Cena's on some of the greatest stiff matches I've ever seen.
and that's the thing.
Which is why he's here.
It's going to be watered down. So it's not going to be as good as it once was. And he's not going to be happy with it. So that when he's comfortable in 6 months, he's going to try to go back to who he was, and that's when the problems are going to happen.
That's very possible.
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that little kid comes and it's a bundle of joy and it changes his entire fucking outlook on everything. And all of a sudden, getting back in the ring just isn't quite as important as it was 6 months ago.
The only thing I'm worried about is that the kid comes, it all becomes part of a totally Bella's storyline, and it's going to push him that much more to want to get back. Because there's no question he fucking hates that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he does.
He only does it for her.
And and that's why because he's doing so much stuff. He wants to do something for himself, and I get that. But you gotta think of more than that. And it's not like he ended his career without getting one of the biggest moments anyone can ever get. He got a moment. There's people who have worked longer, maybe not harder, because he worked very hard, who never got that type of moment.
One guy quit because he couldn't get that moment.
Like, like it's just
But you already knew that.
Yeah, we already knew that.
sometimes you just have to realize you gotta think of other things, and I'm scared for it. I'm scared for it.
Well, we have 18 months to find that out,
But let's go ahead and put a bow on this week.
Hold on.
We got NXT.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I was going to get
first
to.
of all, hold on. Before that, I
Yes.
watched a really good tag match on main event of Mustafa Ali and Jack Gallagher against Noam Dar and Tony Nese.
I was about to say, wait, are you sure you weren't watching 205 Live?
No, it was main event. It was a really good tag match.
Main event.
Isn't that a SmackDown show?
No, main event is Raw. So, of course, Mustafa Ali is on main event in hometown of Chicago, getting a monster pop instead of on Raw, maybe.
But let's hit Raw really quick before we...
Raw?
NXT.
Yeah, NXT.
Jesus Christ.
It's been a long show.
It's not our longest.
No, it is definitely not.
God,
That would be the WrestleMania.
I was about to say, I'm terrified for WrestleMania. Because we're going to watch 7 hours of programming and then have like a 3-hour podcast.
Well, I go 45 minutes without saying a word this year.
I don't know. I officially will be here for the entirety this year, so I'm
am
dreading
taking
it.
the day off from work, so I will be here.
I don't work Sundays, so I will also be
We
here.
might be here at 7 a.m. to start the show.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 24-hour podcast
Hey,
of WrestleMania.
No one tell the producer, but we're all doing cocaine that day just so we can get through everything.
Living on Reds, vitamin C, and
I
cocaine.
have an email from the producer. I'll get to it at the end.
Oh,
So, quickly through NXT.
Of course, he has the email.
I got it. She's
It's-
forwarded. I mean,
forwarded it.
wait, you guys didn't get the email? Okay.
But NXT.
So, Joe's favorite wrestler, Ho Ho Loon,
My kid's favorite wrestler.
took on CN.
My
Hopefully
wife
Ho-Ho
was with me
won.
while I was watching this match, and she goes, "His name is Ho Ho."
Loon. I'm
Uh,
still waiting for Kenneth Johnson to
by
show
the
back
way,
up.
CN won.
No
He-
shit.
He looked fucking so good in this match.
Yeah, Ho Ho Loon could put someone over.
No, yeah,
No.
don't give Ho-Ho the credit.
Even when Ho Ho got in his offense of just almost being like, "Fucking bring it, you piece of shit," was so good. He got rid of the suspenders, which I love. So, I'm
Cien es muy tranquilo.
fangirling over CN again.
We had Ember Moon versus Billy Kay, and one hell of a sell at the end.
That wasn't a sell.
No, she hurt her neck.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course, it fits perfectly into the storyline now.
yes. Which also led to a fun Twitter ban the Eclipse.
That's the storyline.
I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't think Ember's ready for that title.
Ember is probably not, but she's the only one. And here's the thing. Ember herself isn't getting quite that over, and that's why the storyline is going on Twitter, and that's why the injury helped. It's,
The injury helped.
in effect, it's Asuka defending the women's title against that finishing maneuver.
True.
That is the only... that's what they're building it up as.
It's not the first time I've seen that happen.
And I started thinking about this. The whole reason Ember's not over is because you debuted her and then did nothing with her for 6 months. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you do something with her in
put
between?
her on the deep, slow burn.
Like, why weren't you doing something with her in between all this?
Because when they debuted her, that women's division was fucking ravaged.
You'd almost be better off at this point having the one-on-one match against Nikki Cross.
Yeah. That would probably be way better for Orlando. But it's not going to happen.
No. You were supposed to have the revival on the Ely brothers,
I said, yeah.
but Authors of Pain put an end to that.
All I know is that when I saw the Ely brothers entrance, I thought, well, shit, this got Joe all over it.
Again.
Leave me alone.
You're also supposed to get the Perfect 10 versus Sanity, but that never happened.
And then the main event, Shinsuke Nakamura returning to action against TJP.
Good match. Shinsuke doing the dab. Officially killed the dab. It just needs to die now.
100 different things have officially killed the dad, but it won't die.
Shinsuke doing his normal, especially coming off a knee injury, right?
A knee injury.
Gets his knee worked on and then immediately just no-sells it completely and wins the match.
Fighting Spirit!
That's what you want to call it.
I think that's what the
Lack of-
official call it.
Lack
in
of
Japan.
psychology is what I call
This
it.
is true. But good to see him back. I could have worse than TJP versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
So what's Orlando going to be? It's going to be Rude versus Nakatu?
Yep.
It's going to be Sanity versus the weird triple tag team of
Yeah.
Roddy, No Way, and Perfect 10. Perfect 10 has done all the heavy lifting, and then apparently Roddy and No Way just get to be a part of this now.
Roddy got beat up.
He was just in a bloody pulp. And then Ember versus Asuka,
Three-way tag.
Triple A tag.
the three-way tag. So what's going to...
Oh, no.
Cien?
Cien versus Hero.
Cien versus Ono?
Cien and Ono?
Oh, no, yeah.
Ooh, I'd be all... And Cory, I brought this up last week. We need a third title for NXT.
It's beginning to look that way. Because
Because there's always that fifth match that has nothing going for it.
I almost want to make a third title in NXT just to validate Almas. Because
Yeah.
the fucker, he's good enough that he has to go in and put over every new person showing up.
Yep.
But he should be the one getting put over.
I'm thinking next year, I think there's going to be a gluttony of call-ups over the next 6 months. So I think Cien's going to be in place to be looking pretty.
Hope so. I've heard. Well, I mean, obviously the Drifter's getting called up after Mania.
Where he lost the loser
He lost
league
the loser leagues
NXT.
NXT match to Ono.
Oh, yeah.
And the plan is to debut him on one of the shows.
Why?
He's a heat magnet, remember?
That's true. He seems like... Fuck, he seems like a Raw guy.
And what they also said was, ironically enough, they're considering Pete Dunne after Mania for the main roster.
I have
For
no issues with that.
205? Or just
No.
the main roster?
Put him on the H.
Yeah.
That's
on the H train.
That's SmackDown, then.
No, there's thought he could be the fourth guy in the Triple H group.
Absolutely.
I think I called
100%.
that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think,
The only thing that depresses me about that is it means we don't get the Mustache Mountain.
We
Try
might
and
get
break
2,
from-
3.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, they announced they're doing UK shows in May.
Yep.
And it's...
That pissed off Paige's dad.
Yeah, fuck him.
That
And
family is nuts.
there was another part of the announcement, like, it's legit, like, tapings, too. Like, it's not just house shows.
It's legit tapings, and it involves all the main guys we saw in the UK, plus Swan, Neville,
And some of the 205 guys.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Holy
Nese.
shit, that's gonna be good.
Tony Nese is going over for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're all those guys. Oh, and Tozawa.
Ooh, oh.
I think Tozawa's going to get mini Finn Balor.
Mini Finn Balor.
Who returned?
He did. Finn
And
Balor's back.
Hideo returned.
And Hideo's back.
It's a beautiful week.
So
NXT's about to get very crowded.
well, Hideo needs to get called up and be on 205 Live, right? So we actually get the Aries Hideo rivalry.
Right? I think he deserves to be called up anyway, just because, my God, he's
Been
talented
down there
as
for like
fuck.
4 years. He's been hurt for
yeah,
2.
Yeah, I was about to
Right?
say he's been injured most of the time.
Before the window shuts on this guy, let's get him on the main roster, huh?
We also had a vignette drop this week, though.
Oh,
Mr. Alistair Black himself.
I can't wait.
He's not good. He's not all good. He's not all bad. But he is going to come here and kick your fucking ass.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. NXT is going to get really crowded.
Well, because we're about to get a Bebe and...
Bebe and maybe Kyle O'Reilly coming in soon. So
I thought that was guaranteed.
Right now, he's just doing his own thing.
Okay.
He's freelancing.
Seems like a lot of guys freelance for like 3 months and then show up in NXT.
Right.
I think it's like, listen, freelance till after TakeOver and then sign the contract.
Wait, it's almost like there was this unwritten doctrine that coming off Ring of Honor TV, you've got to be...
You know what? You got 3 months. You can't
Yeah,
be on
you-
TV. Yeah.
No,
It's almost like a no-compete clause or
Yeah.
something.
So, 3 months, 90... that's weird.
One more thing.
The email from Zen.
No.
DDT. Oh my
Two more
god.
things.
We
Two
need
more
to talk
things?
about the Hall of Fame. Because we did not touch base on the latest member of the WWE Hall of Fame.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape,
Oh.
no-sell podcast hosting sweat hogs.
Isn't that all of us?
Shut your mouth.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Corey, put your pants on!
And show you all what a Hall of Fame ravishing body looks
Oh,
like.
crap.
Hit my music.
He's simply
greatest-
ravishing.
Greatest heights and mustache in wrestling history. Ravishing Rick Rude going into the Hall of Fame,
Put the robe back on.
possibly making
You're glistening.
one of the greatest Hall of Fame classes of all time.
Oh, it's set
I
for me.
forgot the one. There might have been another woman.
After Beth?
Yeah, I read something about it, but
Well, I'll say, well, if the
I forgot the name.
If there's one person left, it'll be revealed probably tomorrow.
Cindy Lauper might
Cyndi
be.
Lauper?
Might be. Yeah, might
She
be.
deserves it.
I actually...
She
so
would be
even the celebrity one is good?
Yeah.
Best class ever. Might not be the most technically gifted class ever.
If she's a celebrity, this
I think
is the
she's
best.
the celebrity.
Even over 13.
I would say so, yes.
She deserves it. I mean, the Rock and Wrestling connection in the 1980s was huge.
She was such a integral part of all of that, and of WrestleMania 1, and of getting WWF the mainstream pop. So yes,
It's not like
totally.
seeing Drew Carey go in and you're just like,
Yeah.
what?
No, I mean, if anybody, damn. Also, one more thing I just saw, so I thought about it. You know, we all know Kurt Angle, at the moment, looking like to be the new Raw general manager when Foley leaves.
I'm kind of guessing the storyline's going to be, because Kurt and Steph have, like, the history.
Makes sense.
It's going to be mixed wave, because he's getting so frustrated that's going to be somehow has a clause where he gets to name the next GM or
Not
something.
to mention the Triple H.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the main lead heel group with Angle as the GM. That has chance. But Daniel Bryan about to have his child, and rumor is he'll be taking some time off, not permanent, but time off.
As he should.
As he
Everyone should when that happens.
Yes, I totally agree. And there has been word about who his interim might be. Holla holla. Let me make this a tag team match, playa.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
It'd be fun for a few months.
Teddy Long rumored to be the interim SmackDown general manager while Daniel Bryan is.
So all sorts of Hall of Fame in the heading up
yeah.
the
One quick
GM
thing.
spots.
One more quick thing.
Ah, Jesus.
Is it the email?
Now, congrats to Christopher Daniels. I don't think we
Yes.
brought that up.
I think
Winning the ROH
we
title.
bounced around everything in the ROH thing. We kind of touched about the Kaz part of it, but not the guy who won the
Joe,
fucking
you
title.
surprised me and make me happy because I actually wanted to remember that and forgot. So,
The Fallen Angel finally gets his singles title.
did you see what they did for him?
They
Gave him the
They
original
brought
one.
out the original belt too because he probably should have been the first world champ. So,
I'll tell you what, I've watched that first title match a couple times. That thing is fucking fantastic.
Now to the email.
way to go, Christopher Daniels.
Time to bring someone down.
It can't
According
possibly
to
be.
Zen's people, she was going to call in tonight, but her people decided against that. So Zen might call in next week. But she says one of us might have been popped. We don't know who.
It can't possibly be me. I haven't.
You weren't even here to beat it
Yeah.
last week.
So I know for once I'm in the clear. So
We'll find out.
I'm looking at you three, and it's funny. I have a sneaking suspicion who got popped.
Joe finally?
No, I'm unfortunately, Savior. There seems to be a tradition where it's only one of us. And since I am this time mathematically eliminated,
I hope it's you. I really do.
Yeah, well, we got lawyers to handle these type of things. But as our lawyers told us, we won't talk about it.
nope, no comment.
What we will talk about, though, is the rest of the week here on No Sell Entertainment. And the return of the pay-per-view war stories.
Turn on the pay-per-views.
And Buried Alive in your house.
I
From
watched it.
Indianapolis.
I watched it.
So right.
And I loved one match.
One match. That bodes well. That bodes well for tomorrow.
I'll say, I get to watch it tomorrow morning, so it should be a very fun.
I watched it over the weekend.
I watched it yesterday, and I watched Nitro and
The
Raw
hardest
today.
part was explaining to my son how you win the Buried Alive match.
Yeah.
You murder someone.
He was like, wait a minute, so you have to bury someone alive? Like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's how you win. But wouldn't they die? Well, yeah, technically.
technically.
This is why we don't do this at home.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we'll have Monday Night War Stories, where we'll have the aftermath and the first live Raw,
From Fort Wayne, Indiana.
and the go home show to Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc presented by Slim Jim's.
From Mankato, Minnesota.
Yeah.
I almost went to college there.
Because it had the word man in it.
No, because it was in Minnesota. But they didn't offer me in-state tuition like Moorhead did.
Moorhead.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
Phrasing.
We didn't get a lot of our cock jokes in this week, so I'm glad we got to it.
Or anybody, suicide. That's on the
Yells
war
are
stories.
yells, you son of a
That's
bitch.
on the war stories.
Yeah,
And
Savior has no idea.
Yeah.
And then there's the queue.
Yes. This week on the queue, someone in this group recommended it to us, Producer Zen, and it's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Producer Zen didn't recommend shit! I recommended Tammy and the T-Rex!
According to her,
So let me get this straight.
So wait, now she's trying to pop us, and now she's trying to steal our gimmicks?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
It's literally on Twitter!
People, you can go back on Twitter, check the Sabres Twitter at,
NSC_Richard.
and you can find this backtrack.
But according to Zen, this movie, it stars Denise Richards and Paul Walker, And
Is this like from 1994?
1994, and Paul Walker becomes a dinosaur.
Something bad happens and his brain gets punched in a dinosaur.
Not just any dinosaur.
A T-Rex.
Animatronic T-Rex.
But yes,
Ooh, so-
go to YouTube and watch it.
Real quickly then, worst thing to happen to Paul Walker, this movie or that car wreck?
We'll find out when we
Probably
watch the
the
movie.
car wreck because he missed out on the next 3 Fast and the Furious.
I don't know, man. This sounds terrible.
Oh no, I was literally sitting here after watching the trailer thinking, this actually isn't a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
This cannot actually exist.
It's Paul Walker and Denise Richards.
But
Like,
here-
it's not like weird people either. Like, it's people.
Here's the best part about this movie, okay? I was at a baby shower yesterday, and one of me and Rick's good friends comes up, and he goes, I got a movie for you guys to watch. And he goes, it stars Paul Walker. And I'm like, oh my God, please say it. And he goes, it's Tammy. I'm like, and the T-Rex. We're watching it this week already. It's like, that is awesome.
It's because Nigel and I both
Yeah.
go on Reddit, which is where I got Tammy and the T-Rex from.
He got it from one of his friends. His friends came over to his house like, we're watching this movie, and put it on YouTube.
A lot of people visit Reddit, so...
This should be an interesting week.
Yep.
And you can follow that week on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSellerDavid.com.
So now she's stealing his ideas?
She said it was her idea. I'm not...
Well, she likes to think that all of this was her idea when she was simply hired to be a producer.
To be fair,
Who's the Josh
it
Matthews?
worked better once we had a producer. Do we need to go back to the initial run?
I don't disagree that it's not better with a producer, but she was hired to just produce. She's not the CEO. She's not the COO. She's a producer.
Well,
Last I checked...
I think I found out who might get popped. I don't know yet.
Last I checked, her name isn't on the originators.
Yeah, well...
Which you can find that list on NoSellerDavid.com.
I don't think that list is on there.
Her
Are you
name's
guys-
on that list.
Yeah, she controls the website. So, have you guys started putting your goddamn week-to-week shit on there yet?
Not yet.
You pieces of shit.
I think we're waiting till Mania.
I have nothing to do with it. I mean,
No,
except for the fact that
it's our...
Oh, no, I know, but
yeah.
I mean, I've got no way to,
You just gotta send me an email.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward because we have something coming up after Mania for the
Yeah.
booking.
And you guys need to start emailing them so we can grade them and pick who wins week to week.
We'll get to it soon. It's like
Coming
basically,
soon.
give it 3 weeks when Mania hits, because we have our something coming up.
Yeah,
You'll
because
hear word about this probably on the Twitter at NoSellENT.
we're going to want to deal with so much wrestling after the week that will be WrestleMania week. There's only...
You mean the week that will be WrestleMania Sunday?
Well,
As
no,
long
but
as
there's
it
all
involves
this...
Kaiju Big
There's all the
Battle.
stuff leading up to Mania, too.
But I'm just talking about how long Sunday will be.
This is
Because,
true.
what, ROH, WCPW, Evolve, and...
Kaiju Big
Kaiju
Battle.
Big Battle.
Kaiju Big Battle!
Well, Evolve and who... Progress are announcing their
Yeah.
versus matches, so...
There's a lot of good stuff.
We'll probably send some Instagram photos out during that long watch on
Pants off, guys.
But hey, would you...
at NoSellENT.
Hey, go figure, though. They're in Orlando. And the only company not doing a goddamn thing Mania weekend?
Impact Wrestling!
Also follow us on the Snapchat at NoSellENT.
I love how
Oh,
Jeff's
so fun.
still trying to pub everything as we're like, nah, fuck you.
Well, I mean,
But
he
do
likes
a
to...
renegade impression.
Yeah.
He likes to pub himself so much, I figure we might as well just talk over him. Oh, he finally stopped.
No, I just see if you guys were done.
Oh, he's trying to prove a point now.
Something tells me producer Zen has had some assistance with all these testings.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm just a guy. I'm not on either side of this. I'm just a broadcast journalist.
I'd like to see you get popped.
One time. He
I did
did.
it once.
He did get popped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been about a year.
There's only one person who's never been popped, and he just happens to share a bedroom with her.
Whoa, we just went mid-scene on this here with Richard.
You can find that out at the Dasheen.
What about the producer's handle?
That producer's end.
Wait, did the dashing just become a porn one?
You can also contact our contact us page on NoSellerEntertainment.com. You can Facebook us, Facebook.com/NoSellerEntertainment. You already got his and the producer's Twitter. You already got Rick's Twitter. Corey?
Dead renegade.
Before it seized that kayfabe, guys, where you can get my musings.
And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheMackTheMAACK because I have nothing to do with any of it.
Does anyone else get the feeling that Joe sold his shares in the company to Zen, and then she's probably the majority owner
I
now?
don't think I sold them
Wait.
to her.
Are Joe and Zen the alliance?
Yes! At least they think they are.
All of a sudden, one of us is going to be reassigned from the No Sell podcast because it's best for business.
We're gonna have you doing corresponding from out of town. Hi, I'm here at Wichita State.
You're going to Lee Marshall my ass?
Damn it, the 1-800 calling.
Cory, tell us about next week. It's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's fucking cold out here. Tell that bitch.
And with that being said, for producer Ed, for dashing Joseph Wessel, for the Human Wrestling Database Cory Mack, for the Savior Richard Marticelli, for Mean Mark and the RoboCop, I am the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. Good night.